They torched everything I'd built, my farm, my legacy, my dreams, reducing years of sweat to ashes in one cruel act. But the HOA overlooked one fatal legal detail that became my weapon for revenge. Would they survive the chaos they unleashed? I'm Jake Thornton, and my 10-acre haven sits just beyond Willow Springs city limits. For 7 years, I tended vibrant tomato patches, raised 20 clucking hens, and kept 3 goats that nibbled the grass. My grandmother left me this land, and I made it a paradise where crickets sang at dusk and the air smelled of rich soil. I was here first, long before Crestview Heights manicured mansions sprouted nearby. At first, we coexisted. My rustic barn clashed with their pristine lawns, but there was peace. Then Diana Prescott moved in. "Is that your rooster screeching at dawn?" Diana snapped, her first words to me, no greeting, just venom. She stood at my fence in a crisp blazer, glaring at my hens. "That's Rufus doing his job," I said, wiping dirt off my hands. "Farm life's noisy. It's the countryside." Her eyes narrowed. "This isn't the countryside. This is Crestview Heights, and we have standards." I forced a smile. "My land's outside your HOA. Different zoning laws." She smirked, eyeing my compost heap. "I'm on the HOA board. We'll fix that." I should have seen the storm coming. The letters started arriving, official Crestview Heights notices citing violations, too many chickens, messy garden tools, improper fencing. They demanded fines I didn't owe, as my property wasn't theirs to govern. I filed each letter, sensing trouble. Diana escalated, complaining about compost smells, though my pile was far from her house. She called the city about my goats, snapped photos of stray feathers, and turned neighbors against me. Folks who once bought my eggs, like Mrs. Lopez, stopped visiting. Only Sarah Vega, a dog walker, stayed friendly. "Diana's stirring up HOA meetings, calling your farm a blight," Sarah warned. "She's got connections on the county zoning board, talking about redrawing boundaries." Sleep became scarce. The worst timing hit. My father's cancer treatments required me to leave for 2 weeks to care for him, 3 hours away. I couldn't skip it, he had no one else. Before leaving, I spotted Diana with suited men, surveying my land with clipboards. Her cold smile churned my gut. I took precautions. My buddy Carlos checked on my animals, I set up security cameras, and I alerted the sheriff about trespassing risks. "Relax, Jake," Carlos said as I loaded my truck. "What's the worst that could happen?" Driving off, I glimpsed Diana watching from her driveway, phone in hand, and red canisters in her garage. I should have turned back. 2 weeks later, a smoky haze greeted me on my road. The air reeked of charred wood. My heart sank as I floored the gas. My farm appeared, and I slammed the brakes, skidding. My garden, henhouse, and barn, gone. Only ash and smoldering ruins remained. I ran to the henhouse, choking on smoke. "Daisy! Pepper!" I shouted, praying my chickens survived. Silence. I dropped to my knees in the ashes, my life's work erased. A gleaming SUV pulled up. Diana stepped out, pristine in white slacks, with a smug curl to her lips. Beside her was Victor Hayes, HOA president, clutching a leather binder. "Looks like the farm issue's resolved," Diana said, scanning the wreckage. "What did you do?" I roared, voice cracking. Victor cleared his throat. "While you were away, we held an emergency meeting. Your farm violated community standards." Diana sneered. "The noise, the stench, it tanked our property values." Victor claimed they'd sent notices I never got, citing HOA bylaws allowing remedial action. "You had no right!" I yelled. "This land's not in your HOA." Diana's grin widened. "The county rezoned your property into Crestview last month. You're under our rules now." My stomach twisted. Could it be true? Then, a glint in the ashes caught my eye, a county survey marker, untouched, marking my original boundary. Hope flickered. "Leave," I said, voice low. Diana laughed. Or what? Your goats'll chase us? I met her gaze. You've made a grave mistake, Diana. For a split second, fear flashed in her eyes. 3 sleepless days later, I pored over county records, coffee fueling my rage. On page 52, I found it, the rezoning excluded land east of Willow Creek, a natural boundary running through my property. My henhouse, garden, and barn, all east of the creek, were never under Crestview's control. I dug out my original survey, confirming it. The HOA had burned land they had no claim to. I called the county. The creek's a hard boundary. Clerk Emma confirmed, emailing maps. Proof in hand, I stormed to the sheriff's office, filing a report for illegal destruction. That night, I crashed the HOA meeting. At Crestview's community center, 30 residents faced Diana and Victor. Diana was mid-rant about mailbox colors when I walked in. "This is private," she barked. I held up my maps. "Your HOA illegally burned my farm, and you're all liable." Gasps rippled. I spread the maps, showing the creek's boundary. "My farm's east side, where you destroyed everything, isn't yours." Residents murmured, some grabbing the maps. Sarah stood. "Victor, did you verify the boundaries?" Diana shouted. "We followed the rules." But I played my ace. Security footage of a Crestview HOA truck at my farm, timestamped days after I left. "I've got more," I said. "Reporters are circling." Chaos erupted. Sarah motioned to suspend the board. Another resident seconded. Diana's face drained of color. As I left, Sarah whispered, "Not everyone's like Diana." My phone rang. Sheriff Patel. "The fire inspector found gasoline traces. We're investigating arson." My mind raced to those red canisters in Diana's garage. The story exploded. News vans lined my road. A fundraiser hit $15,000 in hours. My cousin Laura, a lawyer, filed a lawsuit against the HOA, Victor, and Diana personally. Neighbor Tom sent chilling footage. Diana, at 6 a.m. the day, carrying a gas can near my property. Then, an anonymous note led me to a pond behind Diana's house, where police found 2 empty gas cans. That night, my cameras caught Diana sneaking onto my land with lighter fluid. Police arrested her on the spot. The final blow came from a forgotten camera near my fence. Its footage was damning. Diana, gloved, pouring gasoline on my henhouse and lighting a match. The flames roared. She fled. HOA contractors arrived later, saw the blaze, and left without reporting it. I handed the video to Sheriff Patel. "This is arson," he said grimly. Diana's text to Victor sealed her fate. "I'll handle the farm before the contractors. They'll think it's cleanup." In court, Diana's defense crumbled. "That farm was filth," she spat. The jury convicted her in hours. The HOA settled, paying $500,000 to rebuild and guaranteeing my land's independence. Rebuilding took a year. Neighbors, shamed, helped plant and rebuild. Sarah, now HOA president, shifted focus to community, not control. My farm thrived, hosting gardening classes and a farmer's market. Diana, post-sentence, sold her house and vanished. The new family joins my classes. That one legal detail, the creek's boundary, saved my land and reshaped Crestview. Good surveys make good neighbors, but greed burns bridges. What do you think? Was Diana's vendetta pure spite, or did she have a point about property values? Share your thoughts below, and let's debate, where's the line between community standards and personal freedom?